Welcome to Storyteller's Table. This is a weekly series where we discuss the art of storytelling through documentary filmmaking. I am your host, Ben Tolson, and this is our very first episode. For this episode, I wanted to talk about why I decided to start the series and why I believe documentary filmmaking is so important. So buckle up, here we go. If you've been paying attention recently, you've probably noticed there's been a surge in documentary films. We seem to be more and more interested in getting our information this way. They combine useful, relevant information, or in some cases, information that we never knew we wanted to know, but we're suddenly interested in, with storytelling and style and cinematography in a way that captivates us and really helps the message or the story that the filmmaker is trying to tell stick with us. And I think also documentary filmmaking is a way that we as filmmakers are able to help amplify the voices of those who really need to be heard. So the documentary industry is kind of exploding right now. And you may look at that and feel like, well, what can I add to that? And I just want to encourage you that now is actually a great time to get into documentary filmmaking. And I'm going to tell you why. First, it's easier than it's ever been to tell stories through film. I mean, you had to get expensive equipment, you had to get really nice sound gear, you had to hire a crew, you had to do the whole works. Now, you can shoot a 4K video with a device that you probably carry around every day in your pocket. That's incredible. You can start now. When I thought about getting into documentary filmmaking, I thought, I want to make something awesome and I'm going to share it with the entire world. I'm going to take it to the festivals and, it's going to get this, I'm going to put it on Amazon and it's going to get all this exposure. And really, what I learned is the most powerful impact your documentary can have is on what is going on locally. What's going on in your community? What's going on in your neighborhood? What stories can you tell that would impact those people? And it just works out from there, but that's where it starts. There's so many stories that are never told because there wasn't someone there to capture and share that story. There are a lot of voices who are never heard. What we get to do as documentary filmmakers is we get to find those stories. We get to discover those voices and then amplify them, get them out into the world. There are so many stories that are going untold because you're not involved yet. So what are you waiting for? Get your phone out, start capturing things, look for stories, and start telling them. Don't wait until you have the right equipment. Don't wait until you have the right audience. Just get started. Tell a story. Let it build from there. I'm so passionate about this because I've seen the power that storytelling can have. I've seen it in my own life and the changes that I've been able to make because someone took the time to tell a good story. I've seen how what I've been able to produce has impacted and inspired other people. And I want the same for you. I want you to have that experience, but I want more of that in the world. And so that's what this show is going to be about. We're going to talk about anything and everything related to storytelling through documentary filmmaking. From how do you find stories to tell, where do you look, how do you set up your lights, how do you set up your camera for interviews, what questions do you ask? All of that stuff is going to be discussed in this show. So subscribe and stay tuned. There's more to come.